thank you for joining your girl Cooking with Steph. I am slicing some Idaho potatoes. She's gripping so tight. I will be making some smothered potatoes. And this is where you start. Slicing up some fresh potatoes. My hands are always washed, sanitized, and cleaned. These potatoes have been peeled, soaked, be careful because this blade is extremely sharp. And it makes me nervous because I know the power in these blades. So you want to cut your potatoes not too thick, not too thin, but again, you can cut them as you desire them. The thinner you cook them, the quicker they will cook. And it will also give chance for the flavor to go through these potatoes. On my last potato, I'm going to go ahead and preheat my skillet. And you just want to be able to hold them in your palm. I'm going to drain these potatoes. Give them their final rinse. Preheat my skillet. I have here my ham steak. I have the skillet preparing, preheating. I will be adding in some vegetable oil. And while I'm allowing these potatoes to do their final rinse, I'm going to go ahead on and cut my vegetables up and season my potatoes. I will be seasoning my potatoes with Lawry's and you season yours how you like them. Onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and paprika. If you follow these easy steps, you will be able to make the most amazing pan of smothered potatoes. If you're not seasoned, If you're not sneezing, you're not seasoning. Having a look in these potatoes, from the look of them, eyeballing them, I can tell you that I need some more pepper. And now we're going to give them a good toss. Draining any water that we hear at the bottom. Now that I have those potatoes seasoned, I can look at them and tell that I would love to add some parsley. I'm here for a little while, not a long while, so let's go ahead and get this in there. Let's give that a good toss. This is what I'm looking for. So I have here my skillet. It's preheating. I will be adding in some vegetable oil, maybe 1 to a half cup for the smothered potatoes. And for my seared ham steak, I just want enough to be able to cover and seal the pan. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my heat up on both that I've had preheating. As they're preheating, I'm going to go ahead on and cut my vegetables up. We have that I like to clean as I go. Put these seasonings back. Again, this is the time allowed for those pans, those skillets, those cast iron to preheat. Let's get these vegetables cut up. Fresh bell pepper. fresh onion. Keeping your eye on your skillet. When that skillet is hot, we're going to go ahead and add our ham steak. You can cut your onions however you like them. That's how I like mine. This skillet with this ham steak, it's ready. We're going to go ahead on and drop that. I'm moving this over so that I can have an evenly coated pan, and judging from the looks of it, it's more oil than what I want. So I'm going to add that in there with the potatoes. Allow that to come on up to the temperature that I want it to. That's a new cast iron. This one is broke in. She's good to go. So with this new one, you want to be very careful so that you can learn the temperature on it. That's going to need a little more oil, so I'm going to borrow back from this skillet, giving her the oil. She needs to go ahead on and fry up very well this ham steak. Back there, I have her cooking on a 3. These smothered potatoes are going on now. My smothered potatoes are going on. You want the potatoes, not the water. Not going to add the water, just the potatoes. Now we're going to allow that to cook, get a wonderful sear. I'm running my dishwater. So what? I can clean as I go. Like for my water, we get a little warmer than this. Okay, so we're cooking. I'm going to give this a good shake. Level these potatoes out. Go up under. Go up under. Go up under. Those are cooking. That water is getting hot. It's hot. Starting my dishwasher. Get a fresh towel. I turned that fire up. Let my home come down. Just always keep our handles towards the back. I'm going to bring that fire there up, making sure no grease spills over. Allowing these potatoes to get a great sear. And then we will flip them over, add in our onion, our bell pepper, and we will begin to do the smothering process. Making sure that my skillet stays centered. Smells amazing in here. What you want to do at this point is allow that pot to do what it do. What I'm going to do at this point is release the air from the bottom of these potatoes. What I mean by releasing the air from the bottom of these potatoes, I'm going from the bottom up. From the bottom up. Take your time. And allow these potatoes to steam and sweat. Making sure nothing is sticking. And allow these potatoes to steam, cook, and sweat. I am going to do the same for this ham steak. I am going to do the same for this ham steak. For those that cannot see the ham steak, I'm going to bring you in a little closer so that you can see that I am releasing from the bottom up. Give me a minute. Releasing from the bottom up. Just shifting it, making sure that there's oil inside of there and allowing it to cook. The bottom up. I will now go ahead and add my vegetables to my potatoes. I still have that fire at a 3. I'm bringing it up to a 4. From the bottom up. We want those potatoes to sweat, steam, and cook. At this time, I am adding my onions to my potatoes. I am adding my bell pepper to my potatoes. Have any big pieces, you want to make sure that they're flat and that they're able to absorb the oil. And you want to leave an opening in the middle. This ham steak is ready to be turned. Again, I'm going from the bottom up. From the bottom up, allowing the oil to get up under there, allowing that ham steak a chance to to fully engulf in its own goodness. Now we're flipping. Again, from the bottom up, lift in the middle. Do a couple of tosses. Make sure that that oil is sounding just like that. Going to reduce the fire down to a 2 and allow her to do what you do. And I will be back when those 2 dishes are done. I have gave you the tutorial, the step by step. And that same sear that you see on this side of that ham steak is what you want on the other. That sear right there is what you want on each side. Always remember to lift in the middle and allow those flavors to come on through. And I will be back when these dishes are complete and ready. Thanks for joining your girl Cooking with Steph. We're making ham steak and old school smothered potatoes. Thanks for joining your girl Cooking with Steph. We are making old school smothered potatoes. We're going to go from the bottom. And we're going to toss from the bottom all the way from the bottom and toss. Making sure you get each side from the bottom and toss. You see that pigmentation, you see that color. Take your time. Ensuring that nothing is sticking. Okay. When those potatoes are good and browned, as you see the flavor coming in and the browning coming in, I am going to cover those potatoes and allow them to smother. Right now, I am allowing them to sweat and to cook into their own goodness. And my fork is going through always from the bottom up. That ham steak is ready. I will be putting the fire down on simmer and just allowing it to stay warm, but that ham steak is ready. That ham steak is ready. It's on a low for a good simmer and to stay warm as we're working on our smothered potatoes. And I'll be back when those smothered potatoes are just like we want them. Straight from your grandma's kitchen, straight from Steph's kitchen into yours. If you follow these easy steps, you can bring that goodness right into your home, right into your kitchen, right onto your table for your families as well. And I will be back when these potatoes are ready. That ham steak is ready. We're working on these smothered potatoes, allowing them to cook. I have added my vegetables, my bell pepper, my onion. Soon I will be covering them to continue the smothering process. And I'll be back with you when those potatoes are done. Thanks for joining your Girl Cooking with Steph. You can do these simple recipes right at home, right from my kitchen to yours. If you follow these easy 1, 2, 3 steps, you can do it. I am going to allow to see these potatoes over here as I cover and simmer from the bottom up. From the bottom up. I will be back when those potatoes are done.